With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. The first of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Locke going to throw on the first play. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A good start, one play, 10 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Locke looks to throw it again. Going right back to Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. There's Wilson to throw. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And now, Charles, they're working with a short field, a chance to make this a 2-score game, and these guys haven't even worked into a lather yet here in the first quarter.
Yeah, how about that? You score, you take it away, get an excellent return, and now you've got a chance to go up 2 scores in this game.
Here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, he's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. These fans here in Seattle getting the chance to see Russell Wilson play his first game for a franchise other than theirs. Russell's 10 seasons in a Seahawk uniform. He had 104, 53 and 1 in the regular season. Threw for over 37,000 yards, almost 300 touchdowns. A Pro Bowler 9 of his 10 seasons with the Seahawks. And, of course, led them to victory over, ironically, the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48. To throw again is Wilson. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 75 yards. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
Extra point from McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Throwing now is Locke. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Again, they'll throw with Locke. That one complete downfield to Eskridge. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Into the red zone, it's Locke. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Boye Mafe. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Wilson. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time. An entertaining start to this one. More to come. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Wilson.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 2nd and 9. Locked. Over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Clock now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Locke working out of the gun. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Here's Locke. Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Not a lot of targets for Eskridge as a rookie, and you just know they'd love to get him the ball more in his 2nd year and help him unlock the potential they saw as a speedy 2nd-round pick. One of those targets there turns into a 1st down.
Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Lock now on 1st down.
Not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Lock going to throw.
Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Walker will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. On second down, it's Walker.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker
making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Seahawks go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the round is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber?
I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker
now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game.
And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
This will be caught. Judy.
And all the way home for a Bronco score.
Jerry Judy.
55 yards. yards.
And the Broncos get a late score here, the final minute of the first half.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first two quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Locke. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we reach halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw certain Super Bowls, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible. But this possession is an empty one.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the side.
That was a bouncer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable for Lockett. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 67 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a 5-touchdown lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And he will find his man, Sutton. That's complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos are able to at least get one score back.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Catch is made by Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are pouring it on. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this,
and now here's another interception.
And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need it.
And he will score. Touchdown.
first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Alberto target.
And he'll be taking. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes, right side. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They've been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
How many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. For a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They look to throw. It's Locke. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, what his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The corner Ronald Darby comes up to get him.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 24, Locke. And this one is incomplete.
up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Locke.
Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st down, Locke. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Broncos are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Fielded just inside the 30.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Locke now on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Again, it's Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there.
facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone. They need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Now it's Wilson. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
And now here's another interception. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Lock to throw for it on fourth. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they're ready to go. They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And as this defense walks off the